Have you ever missed game sitting in a chair and wonder why? Have you ever shot up or down and say, I think I did everything right, but why did I miss? Okay. Did you ever say, my arrows are going in a target, but there's always a weird flyer, and wonder what's going on? Okay, pay attention to this video, and I hope it makes you a better archer and hunter, okay? Okay, I'm going to say there's two different things. There's a stance and a proper alignment for shooting, okay? And sometimes those two things are separate, because how you stand, okay, if you watch my feet, I actually use the angle measure. I'm going to stop the video and I'll put a picture when I'm done of this angle meter. And how I stand in reality is 25 degrees to the target. That's comfortable for me. And I've been seeing a lot of guys shooting, okay, you know, and some of them have been doing it for months and nobody ever corrected them, okay, is that when they pull back, I imagine the first time maybe some of us ever pulled back without instruction, they push, pull, and look, see how they're leaning back, and look how the string is leaning against my chest, okay? All right, they hit their arm, they have gigantic arm guards, okay? And what that is, this a proper way of standing, okay? And we're going to discuss this proper way of standing, and then we're going to talk about proper alignment for sitting, okay, or for hunting different situations, okay? So, according to the angle meter that I'm going to put a picture on, I stand comfortable at 25 degrees to the target, okay? When you're standing, you want more weight on the balls of your feet, okay? They say 60%. I don't know if there's a way of actually measuring whatever, but you do want a little bit more of your weight on the balls of your feet. When you draw back, you don't want to lean back. You kind of want to lean forward a little bit, okay? Stick your butt out a little bit. Lean forward, pull back, touch anchor. Now you see the string is away from me, okay? Okay, the string's away from me. Let me show you over here. See if you can see it better. Okay, if you were to lean back, look, the string's hitting me. So many people I see shoot with the string laying against their chest and they wonder why they're inaccurate. Okay, so stand whatever's comfortable, 20 to 30 degrees, right? Okay, to the target, and look. Lean forward, stick your butt out a little bit, lean forward, keep your body up, right? Now look how far away it is from not only my chest, but my arm. Watch, okay? And that's gonna make all the difference in the world of you shooting, okay? Just to show you, you know, I hit the bear where I wanted to, but that's not what this is about. This is not about me shooting and hitting the target. It's about you shooting and hitting the target, okay? I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to insert that picture of the angle of my feet, and then we're going to talk a little more. I hope you appreciate me putting this hunting coat on in this 90-degree weather, okay? But I want to just show you something. If you aren't standing at, like me, 25 degrees, and if you don't stick your butt out and lean forward, you know, even if you're standing correctly, okay, if you don't stick your butt out and hold it where you're supposed to, watch what happens. It hits my coat. It'll hit my coat every time, and the shot's off, okay? So the whole idea is so you don't hit. Is look, if you lean out a little bit, put your butt out a little bit, you lean into it, bow's still upright, right? Or if you shoot canter, you can cant into it. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to show you the difference in those two shots. And people wonder why that they have a weird flyer or something's going on, okay? Okay. This is when it hit my coat, and this is when I leaned forward and there was no string contact or anything, okay? I roasted enough for this video. The jacket's coming off, and then we'll get to the next segment. Okay, now that you know there's a difference, okay, in how you should stand, you know, and how I stand at 25 degrees, by the way, I keep my shoulders, my hips, everything in line, okay? I don't draw back and do this. Ugh, twist into it. See the string going into my chest? I stay like that. Stick my butt out a little bit, pull in, and I aim and I shoot, okay? Now, the other thing I want to talk about is even the tree stand. If you're up in a tree stand, what do I do? How come I missed? Well, all of a sudden, and this happened to me, all right? This even happened to me, and I realized what I'm doing, and I know better. The deer's coming, a big buck's coming, and he's like 10 yards, 15 yards away from me, and he's going broadside, and I'm afraid that if I move, you know, I'm going to spook him. So what do? You draw back, and then you go, oh, the string's against my chest. I can't even draw back, all right? So I want you to think about when you're in a tree stand. All right? It could be a subtle movement. Just move back a little bit, lean into it, and now look. You see? You see? See, you could bend your whole body, aim down, you see, and the string's away from you, okay? And I'm sure guys have done that too. Your heart's pounding, you see this deer coming, and you don't want to move. That's the thing, you don't want to be moved because you don't want to spook him, right? Well, I guess what? You got to move just a little bit or set up correctly, you know, while he's far away. Stick your butt out a little, get ready, okay? And do it slowly, just stick your butt out a little bit. This way when he comes, you can move, because if you don't, and he's there, all of a sudden you're going to be, look, you can't draw back, okay? All right, same thing when you shoot targets uphill at some of these tournaments, okay? I don't advocate shooting uphill unless you're shooting into a mountain that you don't have to worry about where the arrow's going, okay? And if you do that too, you see, keep your alignment, right? You bend at the waist down, you bend at the waist up. And the same thing too, it's harder to hit your chest when you're looking up, but if you still keep in mind to keep your butt out and touch your anchor and stay like that, good form, okay? Downhill is where you have more problems, okay? Downhill is because, look, right, it's a stop. But if you stick your butt forward, touch your anchor, the bow's still upright, so you got good grip, good everything, you have no problem if you stick your butt out, okay? And have correct alignment. And once again, I'm going to say the alignment is a little different than stance, all right? So be mindful of that, okay? Make sure that you have that proper alignment. You stick your butt out a little bit, and the string is touching anchor, your bow is upright, and even if you shoot what we're going to say instinctive and a longbow, and I shoot a longbow once in a while too, right? You got the longbow, right? Same thing happens, okay? You shoot a longbow canted, so just cant down and keep your butt out, and look what happens. Even when it's canted, you see the string is away from me in my hunting coat, okay? All right, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to set up for the next segment and show you, and we're going to talk about when you sit down, okay? Okay, this is the next segment, basically the same thing. All right, I didn't dig out my hunting chair. I have a regular chair, but I'm sitting on the edge and I'm sitting upright, right? If I go to pull, oh my God, I'm in the blind, and there's the biggest buck I ever seen in my life. Oh my God, the string. You can see it, it's hitting my leg. I'm pulled back, and it's guaranteed. Guaranteed, once that string's laying on your leg or whatever, you're done. You're gonna miss, okay? So, even if I angle my feet over a little bit, which is what I do, if you don't lean forward, see the difference? Look at this. I'm hitting here, right? And everybody's experienced, all of a sudden you see the deer and you go, oh my God, and you pull back and the string is laying on you and you miss, okay? But here's the deer, you lean forward just a little bit, see? I'm leaning forward. Look at the difference. It's not hitting my leg, it's not hitting my arm, okay? It's not hitting anything, and it goes where you're looking, okay? So I wish I made this earlier, you know. I kind of knew these things. I knew these things all my life. You know, I used to teach it all and proper stance. But with the hunting and the 3D, I was more focused on people having good shooting form. And the thing I missed out was this, stance and alignment. So the other thing I want to talk about is I know there's some people that shoot in the handicap, right? Well, they shoot from wheelchairs. And what they do is you can angle the wheelchair, right? You can angle your wheelchair on an angle, right? And that helps, right? But in order to move forward a little bit, you'll have to talk to your doctors, you know what I mean? Because people have different situations with breathing and everything else. But if you get a wedge pillow and the doctor allows it, and you put a wedge pillow behind you, okay? And then when you're sitting back, you're kind of leaning forward. Look, it's not hitting anymore, see? With that wedge pillow behind me. All right, so these are a few things I wanted to talk about. I wish you success shooting whatever you shoot, but be aware of the alignment and stance. If you're standing, stand, you know, with your shoulders, you know, shoulder width apart, your feet shoulder width apart, you know, stand on that, whatever it is for you that's comfortable. Mine is 25 degrees, okay? And lean forward, stick your butt out, keep the bow upright, have a proper grip. You can watch my video on grip and be a shooting machine. Come back, touch anchor, and have a clean release, okay? All right, that's all I got to say in this hot day. Check your alignment, be conscious of this. If you're going hunting, sit in the chair, sit in the blind. I want you to think about what happens if that deer walks out. What am I gonna do? Am I just gonna try and pull back and get the brakes put on? Or am I gonna take a second just to lean forward and make a decent shot and get them? Okay? I'm going in the air condition. It's too hot. Please watch my other videos on Barebow Joe. There's a good video on Be a Shooting Machine, how I shoot. There's another one on bow grip. There's a lot of interesting videos, okay? So take the time, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel. Every once in a while, I'm 63, every once in a while I'll have an idea and I say, oh, I should have put that in back in the beginning when I started making videos, but better late than never, okay? Thank you for watching.